با درودی مجدد خدمت تمامی شما بینندگان و شنوندگان گرامی پژوهشکده مطالعات ایران در کانادا سپاسگزاریم از تمامی تماس‌های محبت‌آمیز شما و حمایت‌های بی‌دریغ شما از این مرکز و برنامه‌های تهیه شده توسط این مرکز. در پاسخ به درخواست تعدادی از بینندگان عزیز برنامه امروز را اختصاص دادیم به مسئله تعدادی از گروه‌های سیاسی تجزیه طلب که مدتی است مصاحبه‌های مختلف با فعالین حقوق بشر انجام میدند و یا گردهمایی‌های مختلفی در ارتباط با مسائل حقوق بشر در ایران برگزار می‌کنند و از افراد و سازمان‌های شناخته شده حقوق بشری دعوت می‌کنند تا در این گردهمایی‌ها شرکت بکنند. این چنین به نظر می‌رسد که یکی از اهداف این گروه‌های سیاسی تجزیه طلب جلب توجه این افراد فعال حقوق بشر و یا سازمان‌های حقوق بشری برای حمایت از فعالیت‌های این گروه‌های سیاسی تجزیه طلب و یا ایجاد این تصور در بین مردم است که این گروه‌های سیاسی از حمایت این سازمان‌های حقوق بشری برخوردار هستند. اخیراً آژانس خبررسانی کردستان کردپا در اکتبر 2016 گفتگوی اختصاصی رو با سخنگوی جامعه جهانی بهایی در امریکا دکتر فرهاد ثابتان انجام میده که در اون به مسائل مربوط به بهایان در ایران میپردازه و همچنین در وبسایت کردستان مدیا گزارشی از کنفرانس سالانه جمعیت حقوق بشر کردستان ایران برگزار میشه که برای شرکت در این کنفرانس از جامعه بین‌المللی بهایان دعوت به عمل میاد و خانم علایی به عنوان سخنگوی جامعه بین‌المللی بهایان در مقر ژنو در این کنفرانس شرکت میکنند. همینطور کنفرانس های دیگری توسط مرکز مطالعات اهواز وابسته به جمعیت حقوق بشر اهواز در پارلمان سوئیس برگزار میشه که مجدداً از جامعه بین‌المللی بهایان برای شرکت در این کنفرانس دعوت به عمل میاد و اخیراً در آگوست 2016 مرکز اسناد حقوق بشر ایران مصاحبه‌ای را انجام میده با دو نفر از سخنگویان جامعه بین‌المللی بهایی، سرکار خانم دایان علایی و خانم سیمین فهن. خانم علایی با داشتن 24 سال سمت سخنگوی جامعه بین‌المللی بهایی در سازمان ملل متحد در مقر ژنو از باسابقه ترین دیپلمات‌های جامعه بین‌المللی بهایی می باشند که تا امروز همچنان به فعالیت‌های خودشون برای کمک به جامعه بهایی ادامه میدن و همکار ایشون خانم سیمین فهند با سابقه چیزی نزدیک به 4 سال در کنار خانم علایی در دفتر جامعه بین‌المللی بهایان در ژنو مشغول به همکاری می باشند. در این مصاحبه‌ای که توسط مرکز اسناد حقوق بشر ایران انجام شده، خانم سیمین فهند در قسمتی اینگونه بیان می کند که جامعه بین‌المللی بهایی نه تنها از حقوق بهایان بلکه از حقوق سایر گروه‌ها همچنین اقلیت‌های سیاسی در صورت امکان حمایت می کند. برای روشن شدن این مسئله که آیا متن این مصاحبه منتشر شده از سوی خانم سیمین فهند صحیح و درست می باشد، تصمیم گرفتیم با دفتر جامعه بین‌المللی بهایان در ژنو تماس بگیریم و نظرات خانم دایان علایی رو در ارتباط با این مسائل جویا بشیم. با درود بر شما سرکار خانم علایی، سپاسگزارم که دعوت پژوهشکده مطالعات ایران در کانادا برای انجام مصاحبه با شما پذیرفتید. اجازه بفرمایید من از شما خواهش بکنم خودتون رو برای شنوندگان و بینندگان ما کمی معرفی بفرمایید.
Well, thank you very much for also organizing this conversation and for your interest in the situation of the Baha'is in Iran. I was born in Tehran from an Iranian father and a French mother. But I left Iran. I was very, very young. I was a few months old. and I grew up in Paris. I mean, in France, mainly in Paris. I also studied there. I studied political science and international relations. And then I did a postgraduate in Nice, also in France. Well, I think it's, as a Baha'i, I think it's really a great honor for me to be able to represent the Baha'is at the United Nations. And I think, of course, it's a big responsibility as well. But thanks to the way that the Baha'i faith is organized, we receive a lot of directives, and we also consult with colleagues, so that makes it much easier.
خانم علایی، شما و همکارتون خانم سیمین فهند پس از پایان جلسه شورای حقوق بشر در یک گردهمایی که توسط مرکز حقوق بشر کردستان برگزار شده بود شرکت کردید و سپس در یک مصاحبه شما عنوان فرمودید که وظیفه مرکز بین‌المللی بهاییان صحبت از حقوق بشر بهاییان در ایران است و خانم سیمین فهند عنوان کردند که جامعه بین‌المللی بهاییان چنانچه لازم باشد و بتواند در مورد مسائل حقوق بشر سایر گروه‌ها نیز صحبت خواهد کرد، به این دلیل که فقط بهاییان نیستند که در ایران مورد ستم و آزار قرار می‌گیرند. سوال من از شما این است که آیا به نظر شما جامعه بین‌المللی بهاییان می‌تواند به صورت لازم و مناسب سخنگوی سایر گروه‌های حقوق بشری و سیاسی در ایران باشد؟
Absolutely not. And that is why we don't take on specific cases, because we don't feel that neither are we the spokesperson for those individuals, nor do we have the accurate information about them, nor would we actually not put them into greater trouble, because it could be an excuse from the Iranian authorities to say that, they're doing, I don't know, he's, for example, a journalist, and on top of it, look, the Baha'is are supporting him. But I think that when we look at the overall situation, for example, so if we talk about general issues, about the fact that there is no freedom of religion or belief, it's not only a question for the Baha'is, it's also for other religious minorities and even non-minorities, other like the Shiites, like the Sufis, for example, or the Sunnis Muslims. So, for example, if we talk about religion or belief, or that the proceedings in court, there is no a just court for prisoners of conscience. This is not only the situation of Baha'is. So on general issues that are very clear, of course, then I think we feel that we can take a particular position and speak for that on that.
خانم علایی، بنابراین شما از اقلیت‌های سیاسی در این گردهمایی سازمان حقوق بشر کردستان حمایت نکردید.
You see, I think the translation was maybe not correct. I don't think that we support political minorities, but I think that we support all types of minorities. So not only religious minorities, but also ethnic minorities, and also like the rights of women, if you will. If women can be considered, they're not a minority, but as a group that is not receiving equal rights with men, for example.
خانم علایی، بنابراین جامعه بین‌المللی بهاییان خودش رو درگیر مسائل مربوط به اقلیت‌های سیاسی نمی‌کند.
Again, as I mentioned, I don't think we would represent somebody else's political views at all. I think that Baha'is are not allowed to be involved in partisan politics, simply because we believe one of the goals of the founder of the Baha'i faith, Baha'u'llah, has said is to achieve the unity of humanity and unity of mankind. And so anything that is divisive, we should not engage in. That doesn't mean that we shouldn't be concerned about the ills and the issues of that everybody faces, not only ourselves but also other people. So I think that it is not to defend political minorities or take on a political stand, but it is to defend anybody that is wronged, unjustly persecuted for his or her opinion or belief.
خانم علایی، بنابراین با این صحبت‌هایی که شما فرمودید، آیا این برداشت من از صحبت شما درست است که شرکت شما و سایر همکارانتون در گرد همایی‌هایی از این قبیل که توسط برخی از گروه‌های سیاسی صورت می‌گیره تنها به منظور در میان گذاشتن و صحبت کردن در مورد مسائل حقوق بشر بهاییان در ایران است و شرکت شما به منظور پشتیبانی و حمایت از این گروه‌های سیاسی نیست؟
Absolutely. And in fact, this is something very common in the United Nations. You know, you have panels and panelists come and present their situation. So that doesn't mean that because I'm sitting on a panel that with somebody else who's talking about something else, I'm actually endorsing even what that person is saying. And even if the organizer is, for example, as you mentioned, an ethnic group, that doesn't mean that because I'm invited to speak on the situation of the Baha'is in Iran, but by that organizer, it means that I'm actually supporting this person or completely endorsing their position. Of course, it means that we have good relationships, because if not, we wouldn't be sitting on their panel. But it doesn't mean that we are endorsing any of their positions. It's just I am asked to speak on the situation of the Baha'is in Iran, and I gladly do so because we're here to collaborate with other individuals, even if we don't necessarily agree with all their ideas. That doesn't mean that we cannot collaborate on issues that we have in common.
خانم علایی، میتونم از شما خواهش بکنم بفرمایید چه تعداد از اعضای جامعه بهایی در ایران بعد از سر کار آمدن جمهوری اسلامی محاکمه و اعدام شدند؟
Unfortunately, over 200 Baha'is have been executed or otherwise or killed in other manner simply because they were Baha'is since the beginning of the Islamic Revolution. And thousands and thousands have been in prison.
خانم علایی، خواهش میکنم در مورد وضعیت و مشکلات بهاییان در ایران و همینطور وضعیت رهبران دستگیر شده بهایی در ایران توضیحاتی بفرمایید.
The 7 arrested Baha'i leaders in Iran are still held in prison. The gentlemen are held in the Gohardasht prison, and the ladies are imprisoned in the Evin prison in Tehran. So as you know, the Baha'is in Iran are not allowed their rights as citizens in Iran. And it's really, once the special rapporteur on freedom of religion said that it goes from the cradle to the grave, you know. So Baha'i children in school are subject to very harsh treatment by their teachers. Then, as you know, Baha'i youth are not allowed access to universities. Those that can enter universities, the very few ones that can enter universities actually are dismissed from the university as soon as it is found out that they're Baha'is. Then there has been now a great attack on employment for Baha'is. Of course, since the beginning of the revolution, the Baha'is have been expelled from any public or government position. But even in the private sector now, there is a lot of pressure on employers to expel employees or Baha'is, and also on the closure of shops that belong to Baha'is, which leaves the Baha'is with almost no way of earning a living. The Baha'i holy places have been confiscated and desecrated. Properties belonging to just normal Baha'is have been also confiscated. The cemeteries are even desecrated, and Baha'is are not even allowed to bury their dead in peace. There is also a campaign of incitement to hatred in the Iranian media, internet, from in the mosques, spreading lies about the Baha'is and inciting to the overall population against the Baha'is. And of course, unfortunately, there are over 70 Baha'is at the moment who are in prison only because they're Baha'is, for no other reason than the fact that they're Baha'is. Some of them are actually husbands and wives, and they have left very young children without anyone to take care of them.
خانم علایی، به نظر شما جامعه بهایی چه نقش و تأثیری در آینده ایران میتواند داشته باشد؟
I think what we expect is, and what the Baha'is want, is just to be treated like any other Iranian citizen. You know, to be able to have all the rights that are, you know, I mean, President Rouhani talked about citizenship rights, but I think that this is really what we want, is that the Baha'is want to be able, like any other Iranian, to benefit from a good life and to help to contribute to the progress of their countries through their skills, through their knowledge, through their capacity, and to make Iran a more and more prosperous country. And they want to be able to do that without having to deny their faith, and to be able to still practice their faith and be able to have the same possibilities as other Iranians. Because I think that the Iranian society has changed a lot, and people have really matured, and I think the understanding of acceptance of what human rights means, of what coexistence means, of what it means to be able to work with other people, collaborate with other people. This is something that we were talking about earlier on. Collaborate with other people without necessarily accepting what they believe in or what they stand for, but looking at the commonalities that we have and working towards a common goal that would be for the betterment of society. I think this is something that we can see in Iran that is happening more and more, where we see Muslims and other Iranians who are not Baha'is really standing by the rights of Baha'is. And I think that we see it in Iran. Of course, we see it also outside Iran, but inside Iran, of course, is more difficult and more risk for them. And I think that therefore the Iranian society has really changed and is completely ready for a change if the political leadership would be prepared also to allow this progress. Because ultimately, we were talking about the advancement of women, you know, the equality between men and women, and until women don't have their full place in society to contribute to society, society will not progress. And in the same manner, until all minorities and all Iranians are not allowed to play their full role in the progress, Iran will not progress in the way it could. I wholeheartedly agree with you, and this is also my hope that, you know, Iran will become a very prosperous country where we can all go and all together, shoulder to shoulder, from all religious minorities and all minorities and all Iranians, basically, regardless of their religion or their ethnic background, can really contribute shoulder to shoulder to the progress of the country.
خانم علایی، از اینکه این مصاحبه رو پذیرفتید و وقت خودتون رو در اختیار پژوهشکده مطالعات ایران در کانادا قرار دادید سپاسگزارم و آرزوی بهترین ها رو برای شما و همکارانتون دارم.
Yes, thank you very much. I think thank you for your questions were also excellent. So thank you very much for your very good questions.